Hello, ladies and gentlemen, the Grand Spartan. Want to start off by thanking you for your support these past several months. The channel has absolutely just blown up overnight with your kind comments and support, subscriptions, and I just want to thank you for that. Most of you who follow the channel know by now that I've been saving for months collecting parts to build a new PC to game and capture on, and the day has finally come. I got my last few pieces in today, actually. So I thought I would throw together this unboxing video, is what we'll call it. Of course, you know, this is brand new to me. I've never done a video like this before. Should be interesting. I'll absolutely have a link for each item that's on the table here that'll be in this PC build underneath the video, so you can get a better idea of the details, the specs, and the price, the cost. And also for the graphics card, I'll have a special YouTube video. There's a YouTuber that I watched a little while back that previews this particular card and does a benchmarking for it. And it's just an excellent card, and you know, he absolutely sold me on it. And I had someone ask me today about the heat issue, and we'll go over that here in just a minute. But we'll start out with the case, and I know it doesn't do it justice on camera here. This case is a Thermaltake Core X9. It's a stackable, so you can stack one on top of another. The reason I got this case, though, is not because it's stackable. Of course, that it's really big. I wanted a lot of space for fans and that type of thing because I'm going air-cooled except for the processor. But the motherboard is placed horizontally in this case instead of vertically, which most towers, you know, the motherboard sits in there vertically. And the graphics card has to hang off of there, and you can buy supports and all for it to keep it from sagging. But for this build, knowing that I was going to go with the GTX 1080 Ti with the extra radiators and fans, I knew it was going to be super heavy, and so I didn't want it to stress that motherboard. And a good friend of mine has the same tower, loves it, and suggested that I go with this so that the motherboard's just laying flat in the case. So it should be interesting to install that motherboard to see how it looks in here. So let's get started. We'll start out, well, we talked about the case already. We'll look at the motherboard. So it's an ASRock X99 Extreme 4. It has Old Crow stepped me through what I needed for that, and has everything that I need. Not much to really look at. We'll open it up and take a glimpse at what it looks like inside. Of course, you have all of the cables and connectors in here. The book, of course, I'll be reading that for sure. We're not going to take it out of the plastic. Let's see if I can get you a good view. Maybe it's going to be a little bit too bright with all the lighting I have in here to get a good look at it. But that's kind of what it looks like right there. I'll have, like I said, a link in the description to get a better view and all the specs. But it had every feature on it that I needed, so that's what I went with. So let's close that up. Now the next thing we'll look at here, I'm not going to take this out of the box because I'm sure most of you know what a power supply looks like. Well, I just went with a 1000 watt power supply, EVGA, and it's a modular. Taking it out, and it's huge. I've at least opened the box to everything as soon as the shipment came in to make sure everything was good. There's nothing broken and that type of thing. This is kind of a special thing that I have here. It's the Samsung 960 EVO M2 hard drive. It's kind of a new, I don't want to say new design. I guess they've been out for a little while. This is the 500 gig version. Now, I was just amazed at how tiny this thing is. And really looking forward to popping this thing in. So let's get it up to this camera over here. Look at my index finger. It's the size of my index finger. It's tiny, but incredible. So really excited about that. That was one of the pieces that I was probably most excited about outside of the graphics card. I went with the G-Skill Ripjaw 4 RAM. I went with 32 gigs of it, 4 8 sticks. Fill up all the primary slots on the motherboard. This was just an extra 200 fan that I got, 200 millimeter to go in the front. There's already one in there. I thought I would put two. I bought a different style 120 for the back and get a little bit of better airflow. So here is a processor. Let's see if we can get it over here at this camera. It's i7 6850K. It's unlocked for overclocking. And I won't take that out of the box. I can show you right there in that little window. That's all there is to it, that tiny little thing. I was just telling my wife today, we were talking about prices and so forth and so on. I was like, this is the smallest and really almost the most expensive piece of the whole computer. Tiny little thing. Here we have, let's see if I can move out of the way, the Kraken X62 280 millimeter liquid cooler. Now let me clear some stuff off the table here so we can actually open this. Take a look at what it looks like. Since we've looked at all this stuff, let's move it back here. All right. Yeah, I was blown away at how large this thing was. I had no idea it would be this big. I'm using a Hyper Evo 212 on my other computer, so it's nothing like this. So let's slide the paper off of the radiator and show you how large that is. So that's the radiator for it right there. That's kind of what it looks like. There are two fans in the case here for it to attach to that. Has the RGB lighting, so it'll light up all different colors. That's the actual part that connects to your processor right there, and the lighting is on the other side. So really good stuff there, really cool. Excited to install that. Should never have an issue with heat. And here is the grand finale. This is by far my favorite piece. One that I can't wait to throw up in there and see how it works. I know it's going to work really well. After watching all the videos and reading the reviews. It's the GeForce GTX 1080 Ti, the Asus Strix gaming version, and it's a dandy. So we talked about the Founders Edition just under the comment section of some of my videos, and that they're getting hot. They have one fan on them, and so I waited around for the partner cards to come out. And it wasn't very long after the TIs came out that this one was available. It kept selling out, selling out. Finally, it was in stock and I was able to buy one. Just got it in a few days ago. And I absolutely encourage you to go check out the video that I will link underneath. A gentleman does a great review of this card and benchmarks it for you on different games like GTA 5 and several other games. And 4K and virtual reality ready. Let's see if I can get it out of the box here. I'm going to be really careful with this one. So it looks like, from what I've seen on all the videos, it's going to blow away anything I've ever had for graphics card before. I have a GTX 1070 in my current rig, and it does fine. But I needed to take that next step and have a little bit more horsepower. So we'll see here, Strix on the box. Up top here, looks like maybe some driver's disc and whatnot. We'll set those over here. And let's ease this thing out. All right, look at that thing there. It is a monster of a card. Get it to this camera so you can see the size of it, the thickness of it, the radiators. Let's get it a little bit closer to this camera now. Plenty of inputs, as you can see there on that camera. Plenty of outputs, I'm sorry. 3 fans. So absolutely should keep it cool. Really nice card. Has the lighting on it as well. So I'm looking forward to popping that thing in and seeing what she can do. I'm sure it will be very impressive. So that's it. I'll probably do another video of the build once I get it all put together. Maybe benchmark it a little bit for you with a few games, show you what it looks like with everything, all the lights inside, and up and running. Still undecided as to whether or not I'm either going to stream the build or just even document it at all. Not sure about that yet. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to be doing that here in the next few days. Try to get it put together by this weekend maybe. Start messing around with it this coming week. But thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching and for your support these past months. Hope everyone has a wonderful day, evening, wherever you may be located.